Hi, I'm Tanya from Elite Pilates Teacher Training, and this video is about faulty muscle recruitment with breathing. So we've done some videos on normal breath, belly breath, and also lateral thoracic breathing, so you can go and watch those. Generally, we don't class any specific breath as right breathing because it depends what you're doing, and you can get singers, dancers, people that have done yoga for a long time, they tend to breathe in a different way. So to try and force someone to breathe in a way that is not natural to them goes against the grain. So we all have different bodies and we need to honour that. But what you can get is faulty muscle recruitment when you breathe. And this generally will happen with people that maybe drive a lot, maybe sit at a desk. It depends on the upper body posture. So it's people that tend to be in that kind of shape. So all these muscles in the neck, down into the chest and under the arm tend to be quite tight and stiff. So from being in that position, there's not a lot of freedom or range of motion in that area. So if you can imagine your posture's like this most of the time, so the shoulders are rounded. When it comes to breathing, how this kind of person would breathe, and if you're not sure if this is you, if you have a look in a mirror while you're breathing, you might be able to see it. Sometimes people will change when you start to become aware of it. So people like that will tend to go. So the whole body lifts up. This is using everything that shouldn't be working. So for people like that, so in general we like to do a lot of neck stretching in the classes because most people have stiff necks. How you can use the breath to stretch that off. So for example, if we were talking about the neck, we would say to clients, right, take your ear to your shoulder, and now you are going to direct the breath into there. So we're going to think of expanding. Now that's going to be your easy part, because if you're quite tight there, your body will naturally be able to pull up a little bit. But now your challenge is going to be when you breathe out, is to pull it all back and down. So to stop the muscles from doing that, so you want to pull it away. So you might find, oh, that's quite tight, I need to lift my neck again. So just hold it there, a few breaths, inhale, and the exhale, pull it back and down. And then you can do the other side as well. So I can feel I'm a lot tighter on my right side. So breathing in, you might feel that shoulder lift a little bit. And then exhale, pull it down as you breathe out. Keep pulling it down, don't stop, keep pulling, and you're going to feel that. You can see my muscles there, that's quite tight over there. So that is how we can try and stretch these muscles off to relieve these over-dominant muscles when you're breathing, because what we need to do is start teaching you how to breathe either lateral thoracic or belly breath. It's this whole thing that is not right. So we need to retrain the brain, so to speak. So that is a good way for the neck stretches. Don't think there's anything else. I'm just looking at the director behind it.
Sympathetic nervous system stimulation.
Yes. So what generally happens when people breathe in this part of the chest, they tend to be quick breathers, and they tend to be very shallow breathers. And so where normally you'd send the air down into your lungs, they probably breathe up to about that much. So what happens then is your body functions in the sympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic nervous system is your fight and flight mode. Your body's releasing cortisol, adrenaline, because it thinks it needs to save your life, so it's getting ready for a fight. Now what happens when those hormones are in your body? Everything else shuts down. So in layman's terms, everything starts to shut down because your brain needs the oxygen and the blood and stuff. So if you can think your awareness is always fight and flight mode, and that's not a good state for a human being to be living in constantly. There's times when, yes, you need to be aware and alert and all of those things, but we should actually be in our parasympathetic nervous system, the calm state. And that is when I did the other video on belly breath. So if you go and watch that one, it'll bring you back into parasympathetic. So parasympathetic is when we are calm, we are relaxed, the digestion is switched on because the body is thinking, right, I'm safe, I can digest the food, I can be chilled out. And this will relieve stress, it will reduce your cortisol, so especially if you menopause menopausal, perimenopausal. Cortisol plays a big role in weight gain in menopausal women. So if you can reduce cortisol levels, you can reduce weight gain. So it has lots of benefits. Helps you to sleep, and I can go on and on and on. So my husband's going, oh yeah. So yeah, we need to change these faulty muscle recruiting breathing techniques to either lateral thoracic, and it'll take time, it's a habit. And how long do, look, these guys, shut up, how long do habits take to break and remake new ones? So I better finish. I'm Tanya from Elite Pilates Teacher Training. Bye.